Let's look at the various sources from which the command line can get commands. The first one we've already seen. You can just execute them individually from a command prompt window. So if I go to a command prompt window and I type dir for directory, which is one of the internal commands, sure enough, it gives me the directory of the current folder that I'm in right now. I can also script a batch file. So the way I do this, I'm going to just open Notepad, and we'll just do dir in there, and I'll click File, Save As. Now I want to make sure it doesn't have a txt after it. So I'm going to click down here and go to All Files. And I'll put this in Documents, and I'll call it my batch dot bat. And I'll just save that there. Now when we go over here to Documents, I should have, excuse me, that's the wrong documents, that's OneDrive. Here we go, mybat.bat. Now if I click this, something odd is going to happen here. It's just going to flash on the screen and then go away. Well, that's because it did what it was supposed to do, and then it went away. So we're going to have to find a way to fix that. So what I'm going to do is put a pause here at the end so that it will pause and wait. So let's save that. And let's go over here and run that. Well, now it opens up and it's waiting for me to press any key to continue. That's that pause command. So now you can see it's running two commands. It's running the directory, and then it's running the pause command right after that. Let's put another command in there just to show that it's actually running multiple commands. So let's just put a echo goodbye in there, and I'll save that. And now when we go over and run it, it will come up, it'll give me the directory, and then it does the echo goodbye command. It says goodbye, and then it waits for any key to continue. When I press that key, now it goes away. So you can see it actually issued all three of these commands rather than me having to type each one individually one by one. Now the third way that the command line can receive commands is through a batch file or an individual command from the registry. Let's go regedit.msc, registry.exe, registry editor. And let's see, it looks like I have to close this guy up a little bit so we can see all the hives there. So a batch file actually can be built right into this, or individual commands can be. And interestingly enough, if I drill down here to software and then Microsoft and then Windows, current version, and then run, anything that's in here will run every time I start up Windows. Now in this particular case, it's executing a command called OneDrive. So you can see I can actually execute a command right here in run, and every time I open Windows, every time I run it, it's going to run a file. And I could have it run a batch file if I wanted to. I don't have an example in here, but I can run it right out of the registry. So as we saw, a batch file is just a series of commands written with a .bat extension, and you have to make sure you don't make it a .txt extension. Now in the next video we're going to talk about these command line modes.